Mademoiselle Fifi by Guy de Maupassant. Major Graf von Falsberg, the Prussian commandant, was reading his newspaper as he lay back in a great easy-chair, with his booted feet on the beautiful marble mantelpiece, where his spurs had made 2 holes, which had grown deeper every day during the 3 months that he had been in the chateau of Ouville. A cup of coffee was smoking on the small inlaid table, which was stained with liqueur, burned by cigars, notched by the penknife of the victorious officer, who occasionally would stop while sharpening a pencil to jot down figures or to make a drawing on it, just as took his fancy. When he had read his letters and the German newspapers, which his orderly had brought him, he got up, and after throwing 3 or 4 enormous pieces of green wood on the fire, for these gentlemen were gradually cutting down the park in order to keep themselves warm, he went to the window. The rain was descending in torrents, a regular Normandy rain, which looked as if it were being poured out by some furious person, a slanting rain, opaque as a curtain, which formed a kind of wall with diagonal stripes, and which deluged everything, a rain such as one frequently experiences in the neighbourhood of Rouen, which is the watering-pot of France. For a long time the officer looked at the sodden turf, and at the swollen Andelle beyond it, which was overflowing its banks. He was drumming a waltz with his fingers on the window-panes, when a noise made him turn round. It was his second-in-command, Captain Baron von Kellweinstein. The major was a giant, with broad shoulders and a long fan-like beard, which hung down like a curtain to his chest. His whole solemn person suggested the idea of a military peacock, a peacock who was carrying his tail spread out on his breast. He had cold, gentle blue eyes, and a scar from a sword cut, which he had received in the war with Austria. He was said to be an honourable man as well as a brave officer. The captain, a short red-faced man, was tightly belted in at the waist. His red hair was cropped quite close to his head, and in certain lights he almost looked as if he had been rubbed over with phosphorus. He had lost 2 front teeth one night, though he could not quite remember how, and this sometimes made him speak unintelligibly, and he had a bald patch on top of his head, surrounded by a fringe of curly bright golden hair, which made him look like a monk. The commandant shook hands with him and drank his cup of coffee, the 6th that morning, while he listened to his subordinate's report of what had occurred, and then they both went to the window and declared,
"Sample complete. Ready to continue?"